You.
Hello, welcome, good afternoon. I'm Gloria. This is Yoga with Gloria. Thanks for joining me today for our virtual practice every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific during quarantine, which is getting longer and longer, but here we are. Okay, so glad you're here. Please say hello in the comments, especially if you're new. Well, actually, I always like to know who's out there. So please say hello in the comments and let me know where you're from if you're new. Hi, Roseanne. Hi, Abigail. Hi, Alice. Good to see you guys. And let's just go ahead and do a stretch, reaching the arms up, circles with the wrists. We'll do full body flow today. One arm higher. John, hello, welcome. Glad you could make it. Other side. And then walking the hand out to do a side body stretch. Hi, Suresh. And other side. All right, we're gonna roll the wrists and we're gonna actually let's take my left hand out to the side, take the back of your chin, and we're just gonna drop our head here. Inhale through the nose, out the mouth. And let your head be heavy as you slowly begin to nod your head. Let's do it forward and back. And erase. You might hear some crackle pop. All right, chin to the chest. Other side. Debbie, you made it. Yes, finally made it. Hi, Lynn Totin from Canada. Welcome. So we're lengthening up through the crown of your head, and we're just going to drop your ear to the other shoulder, the other side. And you can even walk your opposite hand out or lift it up for a little extra stretch on the side of your neck. You should feel it. Let your head be heavy. Inhale through your nose, out your mouth. And then you can slowly begin to nod your head forward and back, just rolling your head over that shoulder. All right, and let's come back to center. Let's go ahead and scoop your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. One more time. Forward, up, back, and down. And then we're just going to sit comfortably, whatever that means for you. Just sit comfortably. Closing our eyes, connecting to our breath just for a minute or so before we begin. You want to let go of your outside world. Just bring all your attention to your breath. As you inhale, just feel your belly rise, your belly expanding on the inhale and relaxing on the exhale. And slowly begin to deepen your breath. And inhale all the way to your collarbones. We'll just hold the breath, open the mouth and let it go. Again, inhale, filling all the way up, holding your breath at the top, and then opening the mouth, letting it go. One more time, filling up, holding your breath on top. If you can, you're going to hold it a little longer, resetting your stress levels. Lift your chest, sides of your neck or back. Open the mouth, blow it out. All right, hands in front of your heart, drop your gaze, and take a moment to call up an intention for today's class. And we'll seal that in with 3 ohms, inhaling deeply. All right, and welcome Courtney from Mammoth Lakes and Teresa and Jawad, welcome. We're going to start on our backs today. So go ahead and, and May, hi May, come on down to our backs. And just check in with our body first. We're just going to keep our feet, especially the balls of your feet, on the floor. You're just going to let your knees fall over to the right. You might feel your sides of your hips here stretching, or your low back muscle. Drop your knee to the other side. Maybe some hip flexors. So basically, you'll feel it wherever you're tight. So maybe the low back. You might hear some crackling or popping. Normal. And let's go ahead and draw the knees up to the chest. You can squeeze them together. If you have a block, you can grab it, squeeze it together. You can have a stuffed animal or a pillow, and you're just going to go to one side. So squeezing in, firing your adductors. You'll feel this in your low back as well. Squeeze it in, try to pull it up to the chest. Other side. And twist. Inhale at center, exhale, other side. Just starting to mobilize in your back and see how that feels in your body. And you can remove the block and you can just start kicking the top leg straight. So we'll just do a couple of, or a few of these. And you can go as fast or slow as you like. 3, 2, and last one. And release. All right, right leg is straight. We'll do just a little core work here. Left hand behind your head. So it's kind of like a half bicycle. So lifting your chin away from the chest, drawing the belly in, and then just bring your elbow towards the knee. Let's just do 10, 9, 8. If you're stronger, you want to go harder, you can keep the leg straight. 7, 6, 5, 4, And one, and other side. If you want to take both hands behind your head, if it's easier for you, that's fine too. So easier way is with a bent knee, exhaling, elbow towards the knee. Second hardest is one arm straight and exhaling towards the knee. And then harder is with a straight leg, exhale up and up and up. And I lost count. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. And now we're going to straighten the right leg, and we're just going to feel into our hamstrings. Interlace your fingers behind your right leg, and then you're going to make circles with your ankle here. And you can straighten both legs if it feels okay for you. Dundee Maples. I have to start doing your class. Well, welcome back, Dundee. Other side, circling. All right. And then you can just pull in as much as you can with the straight leg. Just feeling your hamstring. And release. Other side. So interlace your fingers behind. If you need to bend your opposite leg, feel free. And you're going to take circles with your ankles in one direction and the other. So you might feel like when you gas pedal it, all these tendons and it might stretch, might be really tight. All right, in one direction and then the other. And then you can walk it closer to you. All right, knees into your chest, happy baby pose. Grab the bottoms of your feet. If you're not flexible enough to do that, you can grab the backs of your hamstrings. Otherwise, bottoms of your feet. Try to stamp your low back in the floor if you can. And then, if you can, you're going to straighten one leg only. And back, and then straighten the other leg. It's like almost like a bow and arrow, like you have both hands in your feet here and you're pulling the arrow back. So see my arrow? I just don't hurt yourself. So, all right. And then you can go to the other side and pull. So if you can just straighten the leg like this too, taking it out to the side or like this. We're just stretching a little the adductors in our thigh. All right, and release. And then hands behind, and you're going to roll up. Hands behind you. Lift your sternum all the way up. You can keep your chin to the chest, or if it's available, you can drop your head back. And release. Hello, Mighty Joe. Welcome back. So then you can stay here and come on up for reverse tabletop if it's available. And come on back up. And then you can do the same thing over again, this one or reverse tabletop, or the hardest version is reverse plank. And that's keeping the body nice and flat like a plank forward, lifting up, maybe even dropping your neck back, your head back. And release. And let's come on to all fours. So we're going to start by taking the fingers and just turning them back so the fingers are pointed towards your knees. If this is too deep a stretch for the carpal tunnel muscles, you can walk your hands closer to your knees. Otherwise, you're right here. Go ahead, drop your belly. Exhale, round your back. Drop your belly, look up. Lion's breath, stick your tongue out, let all the air out. Inhale up, exhale. One more time. And release. All right, knees together. Let's go ahead and take your right arm, left leg. If you're too shaky, you can take both hands down. Otherwise, stay here. If you want to add pulsing, make it a little harder. Little pulsing. This really helps fire the erectors on your back, your balance, and your core. Maybe even elbow to knee. Let's just do 8 today. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch it long. Turn to your right and grab your foot. Kick it away. And release. Knees together. And then other side. So the right leg, the left arm. Stretch it long. Adding the pulse. If you're able to, try to keep your neck in line with the spine. And then if you're able to, bring in elbow towards the knee. Let's do 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, turn to your left and kick it away. Open your chest. All right, and release. Come on down to your belly. So point your feet into the floor. Feet into the floor, and then the hands. Press your feet into the floor, lift up. Just a baby cobra. See if you can lift your hands off the floor. So you fire your posture muscles. Squeeze between your shoulder blades. And then let it down. And then again, lifting up as high as you can. Lifting your hands off the floor. Squeezing between your shoulder blades. Lifting your chest. And release. And then now you're going to come on up. Unless it's too much for you, you can come back down here like this for Sphinx pose. Otherwise, you can come up for your version of Cobra or your favorite version of Cobra. Roll your shoulders back, really open up your chest and take the back of your neck back so it's in line with your spine. And then you're going to turn to your left, little final twist, look over your left shoulder. And then look over your right shoulder. And back to center. Curl the toes, downward facing dog. And pedal your feet. Shake your head yes and no. All right. Right leg lifts. Let's bring it forward between your hands. Left leg steps forward, forward fold. Lift and lengthen. If you need a block, you can put a block in front of your left hand. You're going to bend the left knee and you're going to twist over to the right. If it's hard to twist, you can just take your hand on your sacrum and just turn your torso to the right. Otherwise, you extend it up. And then other side. Bend the right knee and twist over to the left. Again, you can stay here or just keep your hand on the back, rotating the torso to the left. And release. And circle the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Okay, so let's circle the arms. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Lift and lengthen, nice flat back. Exhale, fold, right leg back, left leg back. You're gonna lower to your belly, point your toes, come up for cobra. And curl the toes, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, bring it forward. Left leg steps forward. Circle the arms up. Exhale, dives it down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold left leg back, right leg back. Chaturanga is halfway or to your belly. Cobra or up dog. And downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Bring it forward. Right leg steps forward. And circle the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Okay, I'm going to do exercise for your posterior chain, your back, your glutes, and your hamstrings. So feet are outer hip width distance apart. Hi, Dan, welcome. And then from here, you're going to lift up through the crown of your head. You're going to unlock your knees. Your hips are going to go back. So hips back, knees back, but the chest is lifted. So notice my body. I'm not arching, and I'm not rounding like this. So hips back, knees back, hips back, knees back, hips back, knees back, and then you want to put most of the weight on your heels. If you're not sure, you can even lift your toes, and maybe if you're okay with balance, lift up onto your heel. Be careful. Okay, so stay here, and then lifting your chest, taking your hands behind you, squeezing between your shoulder blades. Lift your chest and your chin and put more weight into your heels. You might feel your low back already getting tired, your hamstrings. You can stay here, or making it harder, sit a little bit back or as if you're sitting on a chair as you lift your arms forward. So your hands are in front of you. You can even make a sphere here with your fingertips. And your back posterior chain should be burning now. Lift your arms up if you can. More weight in the heels. Press more weight on the heels as you lift your arms up. And then release your hands to the floor. Pull it up like chicken wings, like this. And we're just going to do little good mornings here, up and down. Let's do 10. Every time you come up, you should feel your low back is braced and getting tired. And your hamstrings, every time you come up, you should feel them working. Your glutes and your hamstrings. This is how you strengthen your posterior chain so you can banish back pain. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And release. Go ahead, bend your knees and forward fold and just relax into that. All right. Now we'll take our legs wide. So the legs, heels in, toes out. We're going to take our hands just on top of the inner knees. Just so you can do it this way or the thumb down. Either way is fine. My weight is in my heels, and I'm just going to drop my right shoulder forward and find a twist. So I'll show you the side view, just like this. Hips back and twist. Looking. And if you want to feel a deeper stretch in the adductors, you just sink a little deeper in the hips, and you spread your knees even wider if you can without hurting yourself. Okay? So good. And then other side, left shoulder comes forward. and release. All right, shake it out. All right. Let's take that right leg forward for high lunge. So the back heel is lifted. It's a crescent pose. Back heel is lifted, hips are squared forward. Inhale, exhale, come on down. And then if you have good balance, if you're not sure, you just stay here. But if you think you have good balance, you're gonna grab your left wrist and you're gonna lift it straight up and you're gonna lean over to the right side so you get really deep in that side body, on the side body of your waist, hips on the left side. Hip flexors. I'll show you this view here, just like that. 3. Okay, and release. Take the arms out. You're gonna squeeze your elbows together, and then you're gonna open up your chest. Squeeze the elbows together, open up your chest, and then you're gonna open the hands up. Rotate to your right if you can, and hold it steady and strong. And drop your left hand, easy twist. Try to lift that bottom hip up an inch or so. Good, and we're gonna step it back. Some of you can do full push-ups. Most of you will be on your knees, and I'll show you the knee version. What I don't want is for your butt to be up like this, okay? I want you to bring your hips forward so you're in a plank on your knees, okay? And then elbows come back for tricep push-ups. Let's just do 3 of them, building the upper body strength to someday do these full push-ups. And then come into cobra. And downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. You're going to bring it forward. Come on up for crescent pose. Inhale, exhale, come on down, root down through your feet. So if you have the balance, you're going to grab your right hand. I'm going to turn so you can see me. You grab your right hand, lift it up, and then you're going to bring it over to your left and stretch into that right side body. Okay. And come on back up. And we're going to elbow tap. Squeeze your elbows together. Open up your chest. Squeeze your elbows together. Open up your chest. And then holding this position, root down through your feet. And you're going to turn all the way, the whole torso to your left. And then maybe open the arms. And then drop your right hand down, easy twist. And we're going to step it back. You're going to find a chaturanga halfway down or to your belly. Cobra or up dog. And downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. You're going to bring it forward. Spin the back heel down. Warrior 1. Come on up. Inhale. And then left elbow over the right. So lift your hands. And let's release. Let's straighten the front leg. Hinge forward with the right hand. Grab anywhere along your shin, your ankle, or put a block in front or behind you. And you're going to come into triangle pose. So feel that side body stretch, low back muscle, moving your top hip away from your top ribs. Try to have your neck in line with your spine. Reach your top hand parallel to the floor. And then slowly come on up. And you're going to bend the front knee and do a little reverse. And let's bring your elbow towards your knee. So find a side angle. If you can, drop your hands to the floor, where you can bend and straighten a little bit, or you can just hold static. Again, use blocks to lift the floor higher if it's hard for you to reach the floor. And then top hand goes behind you. Roll your shoulder back for half bind. If you're able to take a full bind, go for it. So you'll grab your hand behind you and you'll lean back. And release. Hands windmill down. You're going to quarter turn to your left for Prasarita. So you're going to parallel your feet and you're going to fold forward. All right, you're gonna quarter lift and lengthen, nice flat back. And then you're gonna quarter turn to your left. And let's come on up for warrior one first. Let's bring your right elbow over the left. And lift your elbows up about shoulder level. And you wanna protract your shoulder blades away from each other. So stretch that upper back. Try to take your hands away from your face. And then release. You're going to straighten the front leg using your left hand hinge forward as far as you can. So grabbing your ankle or the floor or a block. And then you're going to just stack one hip, one shoulder over the other. Neck in line with your spine. And if looking up strains your neck, you can just look forward or you can look down. And if balance is an issue, you can always do this against the wall. Go ahead and bend the front knee. You can spin the back foot parallel now to the back, to the front of your mat. And then you're just gonna bend a little deeper in the front knee and you're gonna find a reverse warrior here. And bring your elbow just over your thigh here for side angle. Try to turn your chest to look up. And then if you can, reaching to the floor or a block or fingertips. And you can bend and straighten a little bit. Let's take your top hand behind you, roll your shoulder back. And maybe take a full bind if you're able. And release. Slowly come on up. And you're going to parallel your feet. You can bring them in slightly. You're going to interlace your fingers and just place them over your knee here as your hips go back. Your chest is lifted, going side to side. Side to side, side profile looks like this. Side to side, the back is nice and flat. So if you're able to go deeper, you know who you are. If you are, don't hurt yourself. If you're not able to, heel down, toes up, and keep that leg straight if you can. The bent knee, if you're able to bring your heel down, that will help stabilize you. You should feel this nice inner thigh stretch. Lifting up, chin and chest, other side. One more on each side. Last one on this side. And coming up, you're going to quarter turn to the right. And let's come into a warrior one. Left hand, pat yourself on the back. And then bring your elbow behind your head. See if you can press your head back into the elbow. Open up your shoulders, your anti-computer pose right here. You can stay here or you can take a full bind, either with a towel or something. Try to bind behind you like this. Or you can use your belt. And release. So from here, left hand goes behind you. You can either reverse namaste. So, or most people in class just grab your opposite elbows, opposite forearms. Okay, if you need to take a shorter stance, you can. And then you fold forward. So if you need to, you can just release your hands. And if you need a prop, you can come to the wall or come to a sofa and just press against it like this. It might be a table at home, and you can forward fold like this. It feels great. Even if you don't need that much support, sometimes it just feels good to do it. So otherwise, let's just release hands to floor or to two blocks. Everybody just release. Lift and lengthen, and then fold forward. If you're able to walk your hands back, go for it. Forehead towards your shin. Parsvottanasana, 3 breaths. Good, release. And we're gonna pulse here. So just bowing over your shin, releasing, softening in your hamstrings. Just a little 10 more bounces. Good, and release. Lift and lengthen. Nice flat back. You're gonna slide your hands right on your shin, right under your knee. You'll take your right hand on your low back. Then you're gonna turn your whole torso over to the right for revolved triangle. So you can stay here, or the full pose is sliding your hand to the outer edge of your foot and lifting the arm up. You can also have your hand on a block or on either side. The inside of your foot is fine too. You want to think about drawing your belly in and the right hip back. And release. Let's rinse it out. You're going to step it back, lower to your belly, point your toes, come on up for cobra, and then other side. Left leg lifts. We'll bring it forward, spin the back heel down for warrior one. Square your hips forward, okay? So right hand, pat yourself on the back. Take your elbow behind it. Press your head back into the elbow. And then if you can, you're going to take a full bind here. Or you can use a towel or a belt to help you. Or you can just do your half bind. Okay, and release your right hand. Grab opposite elbows or reverse namaste. Or you can simply walk to a table or chair now to do the modified version with support. You can also step the back foot in and turn the toes more pointed forward so your hips are squared forward. It's a little easier. So you straighten the front leg. You're going to fold forward over the front leg, Parsavottanasana. Or grab opposite elbows. Okay, let's release your hands to the floor. And you're going to just fold over for a static stretch. If you're able to walk your hands back, go for it. Forehead towards your shin. 3 breaths here. Hands on either side near your edges of your mat. And you're just going to pulse here a few times. So just warming up in those hamstrings. Softening up. Do 3 more. 2 and 1. And then you're going to lift and lengthen, nice flat back, hands right under your shin. Take your left hip back, square the hips. Take your left hand on your sacrum, nice flat bony part. Lift your chest, and you're going to turn the whole torso to the left. See? So this is your pose. It's more important to have stable hips squared forward, and you're finding just a twist, even if it's just up here, okay? So don't get sloppy as you come down. But if you can come down, the full pose is right here, outer edge of your foot and lifting the arm up. If this is too much, you can bring your hand to the inner arch of your foot. And if it's, you can also cheat a little bit by lifting the back heel slightly. Good. Think about drawing your belly in. Keep taking that left hip back. Do 3 more breaths. Good, and release. Come on down. Let's bring your right leg forward, interlace your fingers, and hinge forward. So pat up the knees if you need to here. I should probably do that too. So you can stay here, or you can lift your arms overhead. Anjali Asana. And release here. Hands to the floor. You're going to wiggle your foot out to the side, heel in, toes out. Lift the back knee. We'll do a quick lizard here. It could be with a flat foot, or you could lift your toes and you can rock onto the edge of your foot. So not too long here, but you can have straight arms is the easiest, or elbows to a block, or you can simply come down to the floor. Probably just 10 full breaths here. Then you'll take your left forearm down, turn towards your bent knee, and try to bend the back foot up, back knee up. Maybe catch it, maybe not. If you can catch it, you can pull it in and have this quad stretch. If you cannot catch it, you can lay on your belly, right forearm down, and you can turn and catch your foot and pull it in if you couldn't do it the other way. Get a little bit of a quad stretch anyway. Okay, then we're all going to come down to the belly as we switch sides. And we're going to come onto all fours. Just take your left leg forward, interlace your fingers, and you're going to bring your hips forward. They're squared and forward. You can hold this static stretch here, stretching into those right hip flexors, pressing down through the knee, lifting up through the crown of your head, or you can do this little tiny pulsing here, backing off a little and then going deeper, backing off a little. So either way is fine. 3, 2, and 1. And again, you can stay here or you can lift your arms up. Namaste, your hands to your forehead or just up. Hands to the floor and find your lizard. So you can wiggle your foot out if you like. You can keep it flat. It's a different stretch, a little bit different. You can lift the back knee and do like a push-up here with a flat foot. And it's a different kind of lizard than if you lift your toes up and rock onto the edge of your foot here. So come on down, let's do 10 breaths. Find your lizard. Find the lizard that feels best in your body, flat foot or on the side. You can lift the back knee up or you can set it down. All right forearm down. You're turning towards your bent knee and you're reaching back and grabbing your foot. Maybe see if you can pull it in and find a quad stretch. Again, if you can't reach it, you can lasso it with your strap and try to pull it in. Or you can come to your belly. I'll show you how. Coming down to your belly, turning to your right and grabbing your foot and just pulling it in to get some kind of quad stretch. Okay, and release. Okay, so if you have a blanket, it's better. You don't have to have a blanket. I like a blanket because it slides, but we're gonna stretch like this. If you have blocks, you can grab it. Basically, it's a low lunge, but you're gonna straighten the front leg for Ardha Hanuman, heel down, toes up. So I have a blanket here for to slide easier. Heel down, toes up. Isometrically drag the heel back towards you. You can stay up here or you can fold over, feel those hamstrings working. And some of you, not everyone will do this, and it's totally okay. Listen to your body. If you want to see how far you can go into the side splits, Hanumanasana, that's where you're going to just slide back here. And you can use blocks, lowering them as you go. Lower, lower, lower. Lower, lower, lower. Good. And some people like to touch down on something so you can sit on a block and feel like you've done it. Yes, finally, I can do the split. No, I can't. I still can't do it, but it's okay. I haven't really made it. I've never made it a goal to do the splits. I don't know why, but maybe I should. But I think I can go pretty deep. I'm okay with that. Okay, and slowly pull it in. And we'll do the other side. It's nice to just see how far you can go. So heel down, toes up, and then pulling it back. So you can just stay here and work on the hamstrings. So of course, the hamstrings are a big part of getting into splits. Coming forward. You can pulse it, or you can slide it back, slide it back. Oops. So try to keep your hips squared. So I'm keeping my right hip forward, left hip back, because when you turn it out, it's easier, but it's like the cheerleader split. It's a different type of split. So let's keep it like this for now. This is my tighter side. Make sure that you have an out when you slide, that you don't, pull the ligaments here and you have enough energy to get back out of it. So I have muster enough core energy to pull it all in. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now we're going to do a quick little back bend. So you can either lay on your back. I'll show you, because I told Debbie I would show her moves instead of saying it. Okay, you're laying on your back and you come up for a bridge pose. You can do that. If you're really tired, you can, I called you Deborah. On your block, you can just relax like this. And this will be more restorative type of back bend. So if you can do those, or if you want to do a full back bend or a camel. I was going to do camel at first since we had the blanket out. So I'll show you camel. When you're kneeling down, hands behind you, lift your chest, squeeze your elbows behind you, lean back slightly, and maybe go back and get your heels and let your head go back. Bring your hips forward over your knees again. And when you're ready to come out, hands on your back, and you slowly come on up. And then you do that one more time. So see, if I curl my toes, then I don't have to go that far back. That's further back. Or you can hold on to a block and you don't have to go that far back. So go ahead, lean back, find your camel. Hands on your back, and head comes up last. and release. Okay, so if you're on your backs, let's take your right ankle over your left knee for figure 4. Then you'll take your right hand between your thighs, interlace behind your hamstrings or in front of your shin. If you are a die-hard regular pigeon person, you can flip around and do regular pigeon. Otherwise, it's good to do different types of stretches for your hips and piriformis. So you can stay here. You can also do pigeon on your back, which is a lot more intense. So you just pretty much curl your shin towards your collarbone here. So, looks like that. So the closer you bring your shin to the collarbone, the more it's like a regular pigeon. All right, from here, you're just gonna release your hands, drop your foot over to the side, grab your foot and stretch. You can move your knee further away from you or closer, further or closer. And you'll feel that side, hard to reach hip stretch on the side there. And I gotta get to the other side, left ankle over right knee. So you can interlace your fingers behind your hamstrings. Or in front of your shin is the deeper method, deeper place. Or if you're more flexible, again, pretty much bicep curling this shin. Like this. Keep it dorsiflexed. You can even relax it down like this. Okay, I'm going to bring it back here because most of you are here. And then from here, you're going to release your hands, keep your feet where they are, and you're just release the foot over to the floor. You can hold on to your ankle here and reach your left arm out. Oh, you asked last time. What did Abigail? I don't have full background. Oh, good for you, Abigail. I was wondering about your back bending practice. You can do it with the curls, the toes curled under. That's good. And release. All right. So from here you can pop out into a shavasana, or you can come on up and in the class with me. Either way, we're gonna close our eyes. Big inhale in, belly, ribs, chest. Rise on the inhale, fall on the exhale. Release your breath as you surrender to your practice here today. And just notice how you feel in your body after your yoga practice. Notice how it affects your body, mind, and state of being. Take your hands out to the side and circle it up. Namaste your hands, pressing your hands into your heart center as you smile and feel blessed. And smile and feel gratitude. And with gratitude for our practice here together in the virtual world, let's offer one Om to seal it in, inhaling deeply. Namaste. Thank Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and please share it with friends so we can increase, especially the YouTube link or Facebook, whatever, so we can increase our subscriber base. Thank you again. I'm see you Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific. Please join me again. Also, if you're able to, please consider supporting my ability to make these live streams. There's more information below the video's description. Thank you. Bye.